It's Pro Beer TV on the road, and I traveled all the way to Cape Town to meet an American. And with me is Sam Calagione from Dogfishhead. Hi, Sam.
Excited to be here, but I know I could get arrested for how I feel about the Reinheitsgebot.
But you brew off-centered beers for off-centered people. How off-centered is South African beer so far?
So far, I'm very much enjoying it. I came into Greg's brewery, and one of the first beers I heard about was made with coconuts.
Yeah.
And I love hearing about those kinds of ingredients, adding different flavors to beer.
So this is off-centered enough for you?
It is an off-centered ale for me. I feel like I'm at home.
Talking about Dogfishhead, because you're not exporting to Europe, which is sad news, but many people know your beers because there's some kind of gray import going on. But can you introduce my viewers a little bit to Dogfishhead, how it all started and where you are now?
Sure. So Dogfishhead opened in 1995, and in that year we were the smallest brewery in America. We envied big tanks like this. These look very big. We started with tanks that were this big, 15 American gallon tanks, and then our whole mission at Dogfish was to brew beers with exotic ingredients that we commercialized. In the mid-90s, not a lot of breweries were doing that in America, and so our early success beers were Raison d'etre, made with raisins, beet sugars, Midas Touch, made with honey and grapes and saffron. So we started very small, but then we were able to excite American beer drinkers about exotic beers made with unexpected ingredients.
But you're not using unexpected ingredients. You have been using unexpected tools to brew your beer. I can remember doing a tour at the Milton brewery, and we were shown like a kids game, which was electric football. What's the story about that?
So yeah, there's a children's game in America that's been around since the 1940s. It's a vibrating football game, and the vibration of the motor on a game board about this big makes the people move on the board. And I took that idea and I built a machine that had a bucket of pelletized hops over the board, and then I would angle the board over our boil kettle and control the level of hops going into the beer, so that the beer got hops the whole time that it boiled, and it made these beautiful hoppy 60-minute and 90-minute IPAs. And our original invention is now in the Smithsonian Museum, the American Museum, as an American invention, and we're very proud of that.
And those numbers on those 60-minute IPAs, 90-minute IPAs, is it just the time of the hop boil in the end?
It's actually the time, 60 minutes boil, 90 minutes boil, 120 minutes boil, but it's also the amount of international bittering units,
okay.
60 IBUs, 90 IBUs, and the amount of alcohol, 6% alcohol, 9% alcohol.
So I found out there's a 75 minutes IPA and a 120 minutes IPA.
You know
so
your
means
stuff.
So means 12% alcohol, 7.5?
Yeah, well, we went a little crazy with that one. That's about 17% alcohol, 120 minute. But you're right, 75 minute is 7.5 ABV, but made with maple syrup also.
But still, 90-minute IPA is your signature beer from the brewery in Milton.
90 minute is the first signature beer from Dogfish of our IPAs, and our best seller is now 60 minute because people can't drink 9% beer all day long. But we also make a lot of sequence ale, okay, which is a homage to actual German brewing heritage, because it's 3 German beer styles brewed in sequence and then added together. So it's a combination of a Kolsch, a Goza, and Berliner Weiss, and then we add black limes, lime juice, and salt to it.
Can you do a wild guess for me? Because I traveled to so many U.S. breweries, and let's say 70 to 80% they do offer a Kolsch. So what makes Kolsch so attractive for American drinkers?
Well, I think a lot of people that go to a brewery and are excited to be at a brewery don't necessarily want to be hammered over the head with alcohol or intense flavors. They want to, some of them want to have one intensely flavorful beer and then socially drink for the rest of the night. Some only want to socially drink. So oftentimes at the most famous craft breweries in America that might be known for their double IPAs or their pastry stouts, their best volume selling beers is a Pilsner or a Kolsch because it's so easy drinking.
Okay. So, one last question. Is there a chance, maybe in the near future, that Dogfishhead beers will make it to Europe the official export way?
Instead of the gray market way.
Yeah.
I hope someday Dogfish beers will be sold in Europe, and I've been lucky enough to go to Oktoberfest, ski in Austria and Alps, and I know it's got a beautiful beer culture. So yes, someday I hope it will be for sale there.
Thank you very much for joining me.
Yeah.
And
How's your dark beer?
It's a porter from Greg, and I really like it.
Yeah.
It has good IPAs that you're having. This is the Space Llama, which is last year's best of show beer from the American Beer Cup, African Beer Cup.
Yeah.
So enjoy this one.
You too.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.